Hello, you lovely people. And I've got to start off by saying this. I'm sorry if my camera's a bit wobbly, but I'm honoured getting a stabilizer. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, this was meant to be a stabilizing, but it doesn't work. So one of my friends, when he comes over, he's purchased a stabilizer for me, and I will give him the money when he comes. This is not a good one I've got, so just bear with me, guys. Okay, because it's an interesting story. That's topic. And it is, first off, I'd like to say don't do what I did, making a very big mistake when the first time I came here, the Philippines, which was long before this time I come here. And the mistake I made was being an idiot. Like many of us are when we come here, guys, we get the attention of a Filipina, a beautiful Filipina, and we get love blind, I will call it, starstruck, if you like, because, you know, they people treat you like a king here. Uh, Perhaps not a king, but maybe we get a lot of attention here. And I think it goes to it. It certainly went to my head when I got here. I thought, my goodness, everyone's treating me like I'm a prince or something. And it goes to your head. And the story that I did in a video a while back, I'll just recap a little bit so you know what I'm talking about. I was taken in by a Filipina, and over a very short space of time, I decided to buy a house. And it wasn't a very big house, but it was a house in a nice area on a subdivision, which had guards and things like this. Very nice area. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because I made that big mistake. And because I was love struck. First Filipina girl I'd ever been with, and she gave me a lot of attention. And is it showing off? I think it possibly was. Buying a house, buying this, buying that. Anyway, it broke up over a very short space of time, and I lost a lot. Right, so try not to do what I did. Okay, that's the first thing I'll say. And and the second point I want to get onto is not buying a house, we're building a house here. Okay. Now, it might appeal to a lot of people, expats, foreigners, whatever, because we can do it here, right? Obviously, you've got to be with a Filipina to get the land and all that kind of thing. But I think a lot of it is many foreigners who come here have never been able to afford to buy a place in their own country. And I don't know if this topic's ever been covered before. I've never seen it on YouTube before. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't, I don't know. But it's just my thinking. So here, it's like, oh, I can build a house. I can do this, I can do that. Because possibly we couldn't have done it in our own country for the money that it would cost you to do it here. For an example, to build my house, which is it's a modest house, guys. It's not a huge house, but it's a nice house. Now, for me to buy the land in the UK would have been an astronomical amount of money. My tongue's not working this morning, I don't know why. But it would have been a great deal of money, which today I would never have been able to afford it. And to build the house that I've built here, I surely could not have afforded to do that in England. Today, I couldn't afford to do it. Simply, I couldn't. But here I can. And for the amount of money that it did cost me to build that house, I will tell you, it's so far, including the land, okay, including the land and building the house, probably about 2 million pesos, right? What could you get in England for that? Possibly a garden shed or thereabouts, maybe a small tiny extension on your house that you already have, a small extension if you're lucky. So I think that appeals to a lot of people here in the Philippines when they come, you know, and they meet a lady, they get married, or a girlfriend. I think that is the, you know, that is the draw. Is because we couldn't do it in our own countries, but we can do it here. And no rent, no mortgage. You're mortgage free. You're rent free. But saying that, it's still a lot of money to lose if things go pear-shaped like it did with me first time round. If you see my other content, you'll have seen that. But as I said, my fault. Not the lady's fault, my fault. I was gullible, I was taken in, and I just jumped in with both feet. Starstruck, love struck, call it what you like. I know what I call myself, an idiot, stupid, but I did it. And building a house here is quite exciting, especially if you oversee the build, or even if you participate in helping build the house. Or perhaps you're a builder yourself and you want to build the house yourself and just get the labour around here. That's quite appealing too. And I don't think that it's a bad thing building a house here. Many of my subscribers, or maybe they're not subscribers, maybe they just people who watch my content from time to time, say never buy a house in the Philippines, never build a house in the Philippines. I can also understand that as well. I can, really. So there's all kinds of aspects. I'm just speaking personal wise, you know, I just would hate to keep paying rent every month and it's dead. And of course you know, you're renting a place, you've got neighbours coming and going, and they're probably right next door to you. And you might have some rowdy people. Well, being in a rented accommodation, you know, you haven't really got any rights to say, shut up! You know, you're making too much racket. But when you build a house, and in a place like this I'm talking, guys, you know, in a place like this where it's air provincial, it's countryside, isn't it? It's quiet to a degree, but you have got the roosters and you've got the dogs barking from time to time, but you know, there's no one like around us that bothers us, and there's no one ever going to be around us that bothers us because we've got the land there, and the people that live here, they own that land, and it's great. It's great. So jumping in with both feet, which I did to begin with, and that was a big mistake, guys. Don't try not to make that mistake that I did. You know, when you think that everyone pays you a lot of attention here, well, yeah, they do. You know, but don't let anyone pull the wool over your eyes like it did me. And like I said, I can't blame the girl. I blame myself. No one's to blame but me. And so before you do something like that, without making that big mistake that I did, and I just walked away from it, guys. I just walked away. One day I thought, that's it, I've had enough. I just picked up the things that I come to the Philippines with, suitcases, and just left and just went to, you know, in a rented accommodation. Lost all that money. I didn't make a fuss over it. Could I have gone to court? Possibly, but court cases here drag on and it costs a lot of money, and in the end you might not win. So I didn't want that hassle, and like I said, it was my own fault. So just try not to jump in with both feet. Wait a while, rent a place for a while, you know, with the girl that you're with. See how it goes. I don't need to be telling you this, you know, but what I keep stipulating, you know, and I keep kind of underlining this is, don't do it too soon, you know. Don't fall for that just being in a relationship for a week and you know, oh, I love you, and have you eaten today, and blah blah blah. It could be genuine, but even after 1 week, you know, you don't fall for that. Wait and see if it's genuine, which I didn't. I'll be the first to admit I didn't do that because I'm stupid. But I admit that. It's something that I admit. I did it, and it's past, it's gone. It was years and years and years ago. Just don't do it. But yes, guys, you know, I mean, if you want to build a house here, don't let people put you off. Don't let people say to you, well, don't do this, don't do that. Listen, it's your choice. If you're with the lady for a number of years or months or whatever, I don't know. And it's something that you want to do it. You know, don't let people say, well, I wouldn't buy or I wouldn't rent, because that's their choice. That's their decision. It's not yours. So don't let people put you off. And the excitement of building a house, like I said, many people in the UK or in the West or wherever, perhaps, you know, you couldn't, or you never have owned a house in your own country because it's so damned expensive. And land is so damned expensive. And to build your own house in the UK to your own requirements and to the size of these houses that, I mean, mine's a fairly big house. It's modest though, but I'm saying big. It is big, but not too big. To build something like that in the UK, I don't know what it would cost, but I certainly wouldn't have had the financial capability to do it. Simply, I wouldn't. No way. And if things go wrong, can I walk away from it? Yes, I can. It's not like, oh God, I'm finished. I'm finished. My life is finished. I'm broke. I'm skinned. I could still start again if it ever happened. And we never say never. And again, none of us ever knows. But I don't think it will. But you never know. So guys, don't let people put you off your dreams. You know, don't let people stop you doing something in, you know, that you want to do. And the Philippines is a beautiful country, regardless of what people say. It's as beautiful as what you want to make it. And it's as, you know, like, this is still my dream and I'm still living my dream. 8 years on, I've been here 8 years, I'm still living my dream. Because I couldn't have built my house like this in England. Impossible. Unless you're Elon Musk, Donald Trump or something. You know, then, you know, this is just like a little stopgap. But for me, you know, this is my castle. Or our castle. It's not my castle, it's our castle. And when I'm dead and gone, this is what my son will have. If he wants to sell it, he can do whatever he wants with it. At least he's got a start in life, which I'm proud of. And it's not a legacy, it would be an inheritance, as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, making mistakes, it's hard not to make a mistake when you come here. Because you do get love blind, you know, you get love struck. Because some of these Filipinos are damn beautiful and they just got a gift with words and the way they look at you and the attention that they give you. But it could be false. This is what I mean, it could be false. So you got to hang around a bit, throw in a few like red herrings just to test, you know, if they're going to hang around if you've got no money. You got to do that. I know, as awful as it may sound, you've got to find out these things, you know, before you do it. And I'm only speaking, telling you through experience, because I didn't throw in a few red herrings and I was caught hook, line and sinker. So don't make my mistakes. I was lucky that I didn't lose that much. I think all in, it was about 3 million pesos. Because I bought all brand new furniture as well. And fridges, freezers, because we had a little sari shop which she wanted. So I lost quite a bit of money, but I still picked myself up, dusted myself down and started again. I didn't have a nervous breakdown. Could have done though, but it was my own fault. So guys, like I said, don't let something like these horror stories put you off, because I think from every, I don't know the percentage, but I'm just saying, for every bad story, there's probably 10 good stories here, you know? And obviously, just use your common sense, which I didn't. But that's why I keep stipulating this same thing. I'm keep underlying, I'm kind of underlining words for you, like don't do this and don't do that. It's only what I did. I'm not saying it's not going to work for you, but just don't jump in with both feet too soon. Unless you're prepared, you know? Unless you're prepared to lose. And even now, you've got to be prepared to lose. Even me. You know, I mean, if something happened here, I'll just move on. Simple as that. I'd be obviously sad, but what else can you do? But that's my house, though, you see. Not finished yet, but you see. Yeah. And our garden, which we planted 4 years. Oh, look, we've got a little bird's nest as well. I don't want to go too close in case she's in there, but she's there. Lovely. And that's it, people. You know, it's just a very, very short video to that. And I say with that first house, it was too late. You know, it was too late for me to do anything about it. But it's not too late for you if you think about what you're doing and don't jump in too quickly. But guys, listen, I'm done with this video. If you like it, you know what I'm going to say. Subscribe and like, and of course share the video. And I thank you lovely people always for dropping by and watching my content. It means a lot. And if it helps one person, that's good enough for me. I've got something in my eye now. If it helps one person, that's brilliant. Take good care, guys. God bless, wherever you are. Thank you.